What's going on, y'all? Um, I do apologize that I didn't have a video in the past week, but I've been getting a lot of things taken care of, and I think that you will definitely appreciate the things that I'm getting taken care of because it will reflect on the channel in the coming videos. I do want to address the um the comment that I had. Somebody wanted to know how I use Machine and well, how did I get it to work with Cubase? And I actually do it simple. And let's say I don't have this here. Let me delete this. Okay. All I do is I go to add track. I go to add instrument track. Where is it? Should be yeah. And this is actually all I do. And I know you're saying like, okay, well, how do you route the channels? I've done that before, but sometimes it's little things that really don't add up. And honestly, I wish they would simplify it because the way you have to do it, you have to go in the group and you have to go in the input and the output and the MIDI and the, you know, and it seems like I've done that before, and it just for some reason I would always have to tweak something, or two sounds are going off at the same time. So what I do is I actually load it up as an instrument in Cubase, and I make my beat inside of Cubase. So what you do is, I make my beat inside of Machine, and I drag it into Cubase. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say, and no matter if it's a drum or piano or whatever, let's uh let's start with this guy. Let me set my pattern. Um, 8 bars here. You just need to make sure that both Cubase and Machine are matching up when it comes to your DAW. So let me just open that up. And what I like to do is I'll start playing it, but I don't hit record on Cubase like that. I just set it to be that bell for some reason. But what I do is I hit the record button on Machine like that. So oh, and I didn't have that looped. So let's just start that over. Okay, so a lot of people loop theirs at 4 bars. I seen people make a beat at 2 bars, which was it just kind of blew my mind. But I'm usually at 8 bars, so let's just try something. Let's just okay. So let's say we have that. Excuse me, and we want to keep it. What we would do is quantize it how you would normally do it. And what I do is I use this feature right here, and I just pull it in audio. So and when you use it, like if you want to keep it just in case you want to transpose, I just mute it there that way. Hold on for a second. That didn't save correctly. Let me do that one more time. I don't know why that didn't come out right, but there it is. So I'm going to mute this where it's not playing through the machine. And now I have the audio, which I kind of prefer to do that, but I usually go ahead and get my sounds. I leave them in the machine VST until I'm ready to use them, and I hope that that really help you. And let's say I wanted to add some drums. I'm just gonna do this just to clarify what what I'm really doing. Let's see here. Let's use one of the new kits because pretty cool. Okay, so And let me turn that track down just a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll turn the forget it. I ain't gonna worry about it. But okay, so I have that playing. So that way, if I just want to add in some stuff like and the reason why that sounds like that is because I made a mistake on my end. I did not set the pattern, so that would just, that one bar repeating itself. So let me set the pattern for that and let that be that. So we have that. So as you can see, I did drag out the piano, but I'm keeping my drums in until I get finished with everything. That way I can do all the edits and the note repeats and stuff that I like in Maschine, and I can just drag everything over when I'm ready to mix. And the reason why I was, excuse me, the reason why I liked doing it that way is because I was normally doing it in the Maschine standalone software, and I would have to export it and import it into Cubase and then start my mixing. But I told myself I should just set up a template, and that refers to the last video of how I pretty much just compiled everything. And if you guys want to see how I rewire Reason into Cubase, I actually have been working on that lately. If you want to see the progress, make sure you leave that like button, subscribe. I'm going to just add in some sample instruments and then I'll drag them over. That way you can keep on getting the gist of what I'm doing. I like that. Okay. I messed all that up. Let me just undo all that. But as you can see, let's say I wanted to have these inside of my DAW. Now what I do is, instead of dragging it out like this, because with all of them, if you're in this view where you have all different instruments, it's going to drag over your whole kit. So what I do is I open it up like this, or either mute the other ones, whatever is easier for you. So I have that, and I'm going to drag it right there. There's my kick. What else did I have? I had this snare. I mean the hi-hat. A snare I used was on this one. So I have it, drag it over, and it creates a new track for you, as you can see. And this snare, we're going to drag that over as well. So what I'm going to do is I can actually mute both groups if I wanted to. And now I have pretty much that. Let me make sure that you can see the piano. So let's say I wanted this guy right here, and I don't need that. That's just the kind of like that tail that from the sample. And with my control surface, well, I guess you don't see my control surface, so that really doesn't. But now, as you can see, I can adjust my levels. So, and I'm doing that with my control surface. That's why you don't see my mouse moving. So I hope that helps you. Um, there are a few good tutorials out there. Like if you actually want to have the MIDI routed to different channels, but with me, it was so many different steps, and for some reason, I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do. So what I do is I use Machine's VST almost like the standalone, and I also use some of my other, VSTs as well, like Omnisphere, Pad Shop is part of Cubase, Halion Sonic is Cubase, Spectre, Prologue, those, and Mystic is part of Cubase. Pigments, I just picked that up, so I'm gonna actually play with that for a while. Scalar 2 is a really good one, especially when I have, when I get in the mode where I want to really just kind of be chord driven, maybe on a nice pop or R&B track or even gospel. And my drums mainly I'm really just I just normally will do Machine and I'll just drag them. I actually kind of just created like a 16 track of audio tracks for me to just drag everything over. But Machine is usually all my what I'm using for my drums for. So I do hope that helps. Hope I didn't ramble too much, and I hope I didn't confuse you. I just wanted to keep this video short, and make sure you comment below, like, and subscribe, and check out the links in the description, because some of the beats that I'm gonna have, I'm doing some beat sales, and that is the best way that you guys can support me. If you want to support, you can grab a beat or two. All right, peace out.